guys, how are you? Gonna make some chicken portabella. I haven't made this in a while. It's a great dish. I'm a huge fan of mushrooms. If you're a fan of mushrooms, you're absolutely gonna love this dish. And yes, there is ways to make this gluten-free. You can make it low carb. I mean, there's a million different ways to make this dish and still enjoy that great taste. Even doing like I did yesterday, I showed pictures of it. I didn't do a video, but the cauliflower Alfredo, which came out, by the way, fantastic. So before we get started, what you need when you make this dish is a portabella mushroom cap. They usually come 2 per pack, or if you go to the farmer's market. I have some already grilled chicken breast. What I do is when, for people that are dining purposes and doing takeout, and when I do my catering, I grill all my chicken breast. I season it, marinate it, grill it, and cook it about 95% all the way through, and then I cut it up, portion it, and then I saute that to do the chicken Alfredos and all these other sauteed chicken dishes that I do. It just gives it that much more flavor to the sauce. So you can do that if you want. Use raw chicken breast. Do have some artichoke hearts. Now remember what I was telling you, you can put anything into these dishes that you want to do. I'm in the mood for some artichoke hearts, so I'm throwing some artichoke hearts in there and a little bit of spring mix. I wanted to put spinach in there, but I'm out of spinach, so I said, what the heck, I'm going to try throwing some spring mix in there. Just a little bit. And like I said, if you want to throw roasted red peppers in there, if you don't want to add chicken, you just want to add some zucchini or squash, add whatever you want. But the way I'm doing it today, the basic way is just the portabella mushroom, sauteed chicken breast. You're going to need some fresh garlic and some seasoning, and then of course fettuccine pasta, or if you want to use zoodles, using the zucchini or squash, whatever, you can do that in place of the pasta too, to make that low carb. And if you wanted to do it where no dairy, then you would do that cauliflower Alfredo, which is the bomb, by the way. And of course, you're going to need your favorite red wine. You can buy a cheap bottle of red wine at the store, or use the wine that you like to drink. About a half a cup is all you're going to need. So let's get started. By the way, thank you to all our subscribers, and thank you to everybody that's been booking us for all these private events. Remember, you can book the Tuscan Experience. We bring it right to your home. All you got to do is message us. Set us up, we come in there, we take care of your family, whether it's a romantic dinner for 2, a party of 10, we come over there and we'll cook for you. I bring an assistant with me who helps me prepare and cleans up the mess. When we come in, we bring the restaurant to you, and then when we're finished, we clean it all up and we get out of there, and we have a great time while we're doing it, and everything is prepared from scratch right there at your counter in your home. It's absolutely fantastic. Check out the pictures on our Facebook page. If you're on YouTube, watching this, or you're on Instagram, or whatever you're watching from, whatever platform, go to Tarantino's on Facebook, and you'll be able to see all the different services by clicking on that tab that we do offer. And we do pop-up dining too as well, which will set up anywhere in the world and start cooking for you and your significant other, especially if it's like an anniversary, and someone asked you to marry them at a certain spot or whatever, and if it was on the beach, we can set up on the beach for you. A lot of great things, so check it out. And remember, become a supporter. Hit the support now, and you save a buttload of money on all these experiences. You save 10%, and as our supporters grow, the more money you save on all these events. Also, and there's a specialty menu for those of you that are local to where I'm at, to where you can get dishes like chicken marsala and all these expensive dishes for only $10 if you're one of the $2.99 supporters per month. So a lot of great things, so check it out. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a little oil to the pan first. About 1.5 tablespoons. I always say just enough to glaze the bottom of the pan, and maybe a drop more. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to slice. I like to slice up the garlic. I mean, you can use it chopped, just whatever you do. Do not use jarred, minced garlic. It's freaking terrible. I can't stand it. And do not burn your garlic, because then it's going to make your dish taste terrible. Burning the garlic is the worst thing you can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice it super thin. I'm using 3 cloves. You can use 1 or 2. I use 3 because obviously I love garlic. I can't get enough of it. Tastes fantastic. Not just because I'm Italian, I just love the taste. Maybe it is because I'm Italian. So how's everyone doing today? Where are you watching from? What's up, Larry? How you doing? Samantha, Libby, how are you? Laura, Trisha. Hi, Trisha. You see how thin I'm slicing this garlic up? That's how thin you want it. And then it's just going to dissolve in the sauce. I mean, it'll still be there, but it's just going to, it's that much quicker that it's going to flavor the oil in that sauce for you. So that's why I love it. Especially when you're doing pasta, garlic, and oil. You want that garlic super, super, super thin. You want about 6 to 8 cloves of garlic. There's no wrong way of making this. Yeah, I'm putting a lot of garlic in here. Yeah, 1 clove of garlic should be sufficient for you at home. And you can buy these bags of already peeled garlic at your grocery store. They usually come in a jar or a bag, or just buy the garlic already there and just crush it up, peel it, and use, especially if you're only using it once in a while. If you don't use it a lot, there's no sense of buying a bag of the clove garlic. I use a ton of it. Even if I wasn't cooking for anybody, I would still use a ton of garlic. So that bag of garlic is a blessing. All right, so I got my garlic in there. I'm going to season it. Just put some salt and pepper. I have a few extra things in there, but salt and pepper's fine. Still going to taste beautiful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add our chicken. And then I'm going to add some portobello mushrooms. And I'd say about a 1/4 inch thick. You could use the whole cap if you want to. You want it about this thick right here. Because if you do it too thin, it's good. I don't like a thin mushroom. Even when I order mushrooms on my steaks, I like to be able to taste the mushroom. I don't want this little piece of paper. I like some thickness to the mushroom. So I like mine a little bit thick. You slice them however you want. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to get this on a high heat. Remember, the chicken's already cooked. Don't burn your garlic. And I turned on the wrong burner. I'm going to get that going there, get all the goodness going. And I didn't throw the spring mix. Like if you wanted to add spinach to this, you want to wait till your sauce is pretty much halfway and then throw it in there because it only takes a second for that to cook. The same thing with my artichoke hearts. They're already cooked, so we're going to throw those in. You're basically just heating those up. You don't need to cook those anymore. So when you get this nice and brown, the chicken, make sure that chicken's cooked all the way through. It's going to start sizzling. It's going to start smelling beautiful. And then we're going to deglaze with some red wine, about a 1/2 cup of red wine. Remember, whatever red wine you would like. And by deglazing is what you're doing is you're taking all that stuff that's sticking to the bottom of the pan from the mushroom, your protein, whatever it is that you're using, and it's just going to pull everything up and it's just going to add more flavor to that sauce. That's why that steak Alfredo, the balsamic reduction, is absolutely out of this world because we pan-sear those steaks, then remove them, deglaze to bring up all the goodness from the bottom of the pan into that sauce. So that's why you get that brown sauce when I make that for you. It's not from the balsamic reduction that we pour over the top. It's from the steak and all that goodness that was stuck at the bottom of the pan, bringing it up, and that's what turns that sauce brown, so you get that steak flavor through the Alfredo sauce. Very important. That's why every one of my sauces I make from scratch, so you're getting the flavor, extra flavor from all the proteins that are getting sauteed in that pan. I mean, it'd be a lot easier just to make a big batch of Alfredo, plop it in a pan, heat it up, and serve it. But obviously I can't do it that way. Starting to smell beautiful. Everything's heating up nicely. If you have a glass stove, I highly recommend not sliding your pan all around it. And I cannot stand cooking on them things. Boy, when I do those home visits and there's a glass stove, I'm like, oh Lord, please. You should charge double for that. No, but glass stove, I don't know how you guys do it. The electric stove, oh, drive me crazy. Because the way the heat, you can't maintain your temperature the way you want to, because once it hits temp, it shuts off. Goes back up, shuts off. Goes back up, drives me nuts. But it can be done. It's just a pain in the neck. That's what you're looking for. Check out the mushroom. This is the color of the mushroom to begin with, and now look at the color of the mushroom. That's where you want to be at. You guys see that okay? Eric, how are you? Otis, how you doing? All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add the artichoke hearts. I'm going to add some red wine. Get that nice sizzle, about a 1/2 cup. Now remember, chicken portabella, you don't have to add the artichoke hearts and all that other stuff. That's just because I want it in there, and I want you guys to be creative too at home. You can add whatever vegetable you want to it. As long as you got the sauce down, you can do whatever in the world you want. That's why when you look up recipes, when people say, well, that's not how you make that. Well, if it's how I make it, it's how you make that. If it's how you make it, it's how you make that. That's why there's like 80,000 different ways to make every dish on the planet, because every chef puts their own spin. And you do that at home. Now, the one thing that I don't agree with is putting cottage cheese in a lasagna. Sorry for whoever's watching that who does that. That just blows my mind. All right, so what we're doing now is we're bringing that back up to a boil, cooking out the alcohol. So for those of you that don't want to have alcohol in your dish, even when you're cooking with vodka, Jameson whiskey, what's the other one we use? All the whiskeys and all the different types of liquors you put in and wines, you're cooking the alcohol out. There isn't any alcohol in there. You're drawing the flavors. Okay, so now we're going to add some heavy cream, and I forgot to get that out, so let me grab some. Or you can use almond milk. Where's my cup? So about 3/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. And you're going to get a nice purple color to the sauce, obviously from the red wine. Put this back away. Now at home, you would have your, I've already have my pasta's already ready. But at home, you would start your water boiling while you're getting all this done. When you drop your pasta into the water, once it becomes to the boil, add a little oil, a little salt and pepper if you like. I put salt and pepper in my boiling water. Once you drop your pasta in there to cook, make sure you stir it every couple of minutes so it doesn't stick to the bottom or clump up on you. Then you start your sauce. This is only a 10-minute dish. That's it, 10 minutes. Even if you're doing with the raw chicken, you're going to cut the raw chicken up, get the, do all your produce first, do the chicken last, so you don't have to worry about cross-contamination. It's going to take you 10 minutes. And it takes about 9 minutes to cook spaghetti or fettuccine, whatever you want to cook. And by the time that's done, this is done, and it's a win. So that's bubbling up nice. What we're doing is we're reducing it and letting the sauce thicken up for us. And then we're going to add the pasta to it, then the cheese, and bada bing, it's done. Actually, we need to add the greens to this. This is not part of the recipe, it's just something I felt like doing. See, and then that's going to cook in that boiling sauce as it's reducing. And remember to always bite test your pasta. You want it al dente. You don't want it mush. That drives me nuts. Some of these fast food restaurants and all that, taste the pasta. How you can tell an authentic Italian from generic or fast food Italian is when, I shouldn't say generic. I'm not trying to bash anybody. But if you can eat that pasta, if you can break the pasta with your tongue to the roof of your mouth, overcooked. There should be bite, not crunch, but some bite to it. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. So we're letting that reduce. We're going to add some cheese to your liking. Remember, everything's seasoned to your taste. The cheese, the amount that you want to have in there. Get some artichoke hearts in there. We have some spring mix. Plenty of garlic. Roasted red pepper would look good in here too. The nice red in that dish, I think, would be a nice color. And again, this is chicken portabella and a red wine Alfredo sauce. Get this out of the way. Just about there. And you watch it. You make it to the consistency you want, the sauce. Just watch the sauce as it's reducing. You make it as thick as you want. Just don't over-reduce it or else it'll end up starting to congeal, just like it would if you ordered chicken Alfredo somewhere and you live 20 minutes away. By the time you get home, it's all stuck together if they don't put enough sauce in it. Just about there. So how's everyone doing today? Happy February to everybody. I cannot wait for the Super Bowl. What's everybody doing for the Super Bowl? Any Patriots fans out there? Guys, thanks again for liking, sharing, commenting, and watching. I really do appreciate it. All right, we are ready to put this in the bowl. By the way, this is one portion size. So what you're looking at is what you would get if I was to cook it for you. Let that artichoke up there. We got some chicken on there. Get this portabella mushroom on there. You see how thin the portabellas come out? Super thin. So they're going to shrink on you. So don't cut them too thin. Half of them will be at the bottom of your pan. It'll aggravate you. All right, and then we're going to put a little bit more cheese on top. And then we have chicken portabella. If you guys want to order this from me, all you got to do is give me a call, especially if you're local. Who am I going for? The Patriots. Definitely. Tom Brady and Gronkowski, you kidding me? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm from Boston. I love my Boston teams, but you cannot not be a New England fan. I mean, Michael Jordan, I was a diehard Celtics fan, but you couldn't help but to be a Michael Jordan fan. He's just amazing. So, but anyway, let's give this a try. Try a little artichoke heart with this sauce. Guys, you cook this, please let me know how it come out. Artichokes are a great touch with the portabella mushroom. Roasted red peppers is another great thing you can put in there. There's so many different things you can do with changing these dishes around. I just show you the base recipe, and then you do what you want with it. Make it however you want and just enjoy it. And these are all, everything that I show you is all easy at-home recipes, everything you can buy in your local grocery store. 10-minute dishes. If it's any longer than that, believe me, I'll tell you. Like a lasagna, obviously, it's going to take a minute. But all these different sauté dishes with these sauces, you can make just like that. Super, super, super simple. And 90% of the time, you probably have the ingredients right in your own home. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment what you think of the video. And please let me know if you do decide to make it. If you have any questions, you can ask. If you need my help. Anybody that makes it, I would like to know how it came out and share your experience with us. Thank you so much, Larry. Kathy, how are you? All right, guys. Well, enjoy. I will talk to you later. Maybe we'll do another dish later, depending on how busy we are. I love you guys. God bless, and thank you for supporting Tarantino's.